Hello fellow geeks and welcome back to Running Geek Girl. My name is Heather, the Running Geek Girl, and I'm glad you're here. It's time for another episode in our new Runner 101 series. These are questions that I see asked most frequently in Facebook groups and in different forums and things like that from people who are fairly new to running. And there are a lot of the same questions that I had when I first started running too. So I thought I would put some of these answers and research together that I've found over the years in the hopes that they can help you too. If you are a new runner and you happen to be new here to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of the rest of this series or all the regular running content that I have coming out on this channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at two questions. The first one, why am I not getting better? And the second question, do I need a running coach? So let's start with the first question, why I'm not improving. Usually it's going to be because of one or more of the 5 following things that I've found. Number 1, you're not supplementing your running with strength training. This was a huge mistake that I made for the longest time, and I do regret it because now that I do strength training regularly, it has made a world of difference in my running. First of all, if you're confused as to what strength training actually is, I'm going to have a link up here to a video where I answered that question, what is cross training? Strength training is involved in that, so take a look at that video. The main problems with not keeping up with your strength training while you're running is that, first of all, it makes you a lot more prone to injury. It's going to be a lot easier for your body to break down and not be able to recover, and that's going to take its toll on your running. Second of all, running without supplementing with strength training will train your run muscles to go faster, but the rest of your body will not be able to keep up with it. You've got to hone those other muscles in order to keep your entire body ready to tackle a faster run. If you don't think that you have time for strength training, don't worry. It doesn't have to take the bulk of your day. A good strength training session doesn't have to take a whole lot of time. You can do it for about 10 to 15 minutes on the same days that you run, or wait for a day that you're not running and tackle about a 15, 20, or 30-minute strength training sessions. There are plenty of strength training videos that are available online. I even have a playlist that is a list of videos that are recommended by the magazine Runner's World for different workouts that you could do at home if you would like to check that out. The second reason you may not be improving is that you are not running enough. If you are the type of person who will maybe run for a couple of days, take a week or so off, and then try to pick it back up again, and you tend to take week or 2 breaks or even a month between runs, then you're not going to see the results that a more consistent runner will see. If your body doesn't know what's happening, it's a little harder to improve because this week you're running, this week you're not, and your body doesn't really know when to adapt. Consistency is key, so you need to make some sort of a plan for keeping up with your body and stick with it no matter what. Of course, life is going to get in the way sometimes. We all know that. There may be times when you have to take a day or 2 off, but try to jump back in as soon as you can. The more consistent you are, the more easily your body will adapt and will grow and get faster. The third reason that you may not be seeing improvements is because you need to shake things up a little. You need a little more variety. This could be something as simple as changing the shoes that you're wearing when you run. Go for a lighter or more minimalistic shoe if you're trying to adapt to greater speeds. Go for something more structured and cushioned if you're going for a longer run or a recovery run. You can change the surface that you run on. If you're used to running on a treadmill, try moving out to the road or a sidewalk. If you're used to running on a road or a sidewalk, why not give trail running a try? Make things just a little bit different to give your body a chance to figure out what's going on. And especially, try to change the type of run that you're doing. You don't always have to go out and run the same route at the same pace every single time. You're not going to see much improvement that way. Add in some speed workouts, add in some hill repeats, add in fartlegs, add in all kinds of intervals. Get involved in different types of runs and different types of exercises in order to give your muscles a chance to adapt to them, and that's going to pay off in the long run. A lot of times this means that you can't just go out and run, although there is definitely some benefit to just going out and hitting the road for a while. But it also helps a lot if you have a specific goal or plan in mind when you head out the door. The fourth reason you may not be improving is that, as I said earlier, life just gets in the way. Unfortunately, we can't all live the life of an elite runner where everything they do is centered around running and improving and making gains in their speed and their distance. We just don't have the time or the energy or the money or anything to do that. It's not a feasible lifestyle for most of us. However, there are different parts of the routine that you can add to your lifestyle. Number one would be getting more rest. Make sure that you're getting a healthy amount of sleep every night. When you're sleeping is your body's best chance to repair and recover itself. And it's very important that you recover between workouts so that you can add to it the next day. You can also evaluate your nutrition, much like elite runners do. Take a look at what you eat over the day. Are you eating a lot of sugar? Do you have a lot of processed foods? Are you getting enough carbs, enough protein, enough iron, enough calories even during the day? Are you replacing the calories that you're losing when you go for a run? If it helps, write down everything that you eat over the course of a day and take a look at it so you can make sure that you are making the best nutritional choices for your body. Overall, try to limit the amount of stress that you have in your life, especially when it comes to running. Running needs to be a way that you can help relieve stress. Running should help be an escape from everything else that you're doing. If trying to factor in a run is just causing more stress for you, then maybe you need to take a break from running for a bit until things get a little bit back under control. And when you do run, make sure that you're practicing self-care. Go ahead and take the time for those massages, for foam rolling, for taking a hot bath. Make sure that you are doing everything you can in order to help yourself recover. But when it comes to making all of these changes in your lifestyle, don't try to do it all at the same time. Try to make one small change at a time and see how it affects you. See if it's doing any good, see if it's doing any harm. Try and take things one step at a time in order to cut back on the amount of stress and leave a little bit more room for running and exercise. And the fifth reason that you may not be improving is that you may need to be more patient. Unfortunately, we are not all natural runners. I know that I'm not a natural runner. Every gain that I've made has come with tons and tons of work. I've had to make baby steps for every improvement that I've ever made, but it's definitely been worth it. But I've had to be very patient. I know a lot of people are able to, their first time out the door, go out and run 10 miles without blinking an eye. Again, I'm not one of those people. When I first started, I could barely run 30 seconds without absolutely dying. Give yourself the time to adapt. It may take longer than you realize. And if you're still just not seeing any direction or any way to go, then you may want to bring somebody in to help you. This brings us to our second question of the day. Do I need a running coach? Short answer is not necessarily. A running coach is not for everyone. There are some people that come into running just for the pure love of running. It's not something that they really want to compete with. It's not something that they have a particular goal with. They just want to get out there and run. Those people may not necessarily need a coach in order to do that. They can just run under their own motivation and do it just for the love of running. You also have to remember that there are, as I have mentioned many times on this channel, other training plans that are available online so that you have a general direction of where to go. If you are a self-starter and self-motivator and you are able to keep up with a consistent schedule fairly easily, then this may be an option for you as opposed to spending the money on getting a running coach, which is yet another factor you have to check into. Do you have the funds available in order to pay for coaching? Some people do, some people do not. However, there are a lot of benefits to getting a running coach on board. First of all, they can help you train smarter. They can whittle away at what is not working for you and help you find what is going to work for you. If you have a specific goal in mind, such as wanting to be able to run a certain distance or within a certain time, then they can help you figure out the best way to do that through different series of workouts and training that will be beneficial to you. They can also help you dial in on that nutrition and strength training that you may not be able to quite grasp yet. They can help take a look at what you're doing outside of running. They can take a look at what you're eating over the course of a day and help you figure out what's going to work and what's not. The important thing is being able to find the right running coach for you. You'll need to find someone that you just click with. You and your coach should probably have similar philosophies when it comes to running as to why you do it and how it makes you feel. And find someone that is going to be easy to communicate with. You can usually tell when you first meet a person whether or not they're going to become a friend of yours and someone that you talk to on a regular basis. If you don't find yourself clicking with a coach within the first week or two of working with them, then it's time to find another coach. There's no love lost. It's completely fine and no one's feelings are going to be hurt. It's a lot more important that you have a coach that you feel that you can talk to about things than to have the first available coach that comes along that doesn't see eye to eye with you on your strength training and what you need to be eating and what goals are. It's very important that you and your coach are able to get along easily. Your coach also needs to be someone that is flexible and someone that understands your lifestyle and your schedule so that they can help adapt things. If they know that you have a life change coming up, like you're moving somewhere, you're changing to a different job, you have some sort of illness going on, then they need to be able to help you adapt your schedule and your training around that to help you figure out when you need to take a day off, when you need to take things easier, and when you need to buckle down again. And another huge part of it is do not go with a coach that is going to try to sell you unnecessary products or programs. I think we all know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to name any specific names or programs or anything like that, but if a coach tells you that the only way that you can get better and benefit from their coaching is if you buy X product, you probably need to walk away because this is not how coaching is supposed to be done. Keep in mind that a coach is not there to fix you. A coach is not there to fix your life and make you a perfect runner and make every single race go perfect. They are there to enhance your training experience and to help you streamline what you are doing as far as running and exercising and getting to your goals. So there's a couple more questions answered on why am I not improving and do I really need a running coach? So I hope you found this helpful. If you did, let me know by dropping a comment down below or giving me a big thumbs up. Here's your second reminder that if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the running content that I have coming out all the time on this channel. Why don't you check me out on social media? You can find me across most platforms under the name Running Geek Girl. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope you are having a great week and I will see you next time. Happy running. My foot to sleep. It's going to be because of one or